Hey guys, my name is Mary and this is a series called M-A-R-Y, where I question why people do certain things. And today I'm going to be looking at a piece of technology that pretty much everybody has nowadays. It's a camera, it's your calendar, it's your GPS, it's internet, it's music, it is your cell phone. Specifically, I'm going to be looking at phone etiquette in the society we live in today. Why do people apologize for using their phones? I mean, when you're with somebody in person and you check your phone, people automatically think it's rude. So if you're at a restaurant and you take out your phone and you text somebody back, is it more rude to text the person back immediately and divert your conversation away? Or is it more rude to not answer the person that is texting you or calling you? Think of this part. What if they're like a relative that is always busy, always working, long distance, and they want to call you at this minute? What should you do? A lot of us seem to think that texting and being like this is bad. I saw a really funny picture on the internet of these people texting and their faces were like sucked into the phone. It just demonstrated how occupied we are by our phones. But why is that a bad thing? Think about when newspapers were a big thing. People were extremely occupied with a newspaper. It was a constant stimulation of what's going on in the world. And today we have a smaller version of that. And someone might say, well, I'm sure you're not always reading the news on your phone, are you? We surely are getting news from different social media outlets such as Facebook, the news app where they subscribe to something. If people actually use hashtags correctly, you can see what's trending in the world. Today we're updated all the time, but instead of just being caught up on news in the morning while you're drinking coffee before you head off to work with your briefcase and your top hat, we check our phones throughout the day. So why is it rude to read the news on your phone, but reading a newspaper or watching the news on TV is fine? Why is it perceived to be more rude to be on your phone when you're with one person versus a group of people? When you're with one person, you feel the need to entertain them almost. And in the group of people, everybody's already being entertained, so you can pull yourself away and do whatever you have to do on your phone, whether that's send a Snapchat, check your Facebook, contact your mom. Also consider your relationship with the person that you're with. If you're just with one person and you're kind of acquaintances, coworkers, just getting to know each other versus somebody that you've been with forever or they're your sibling, one is definitely perceived as rude and inconsiderate and the other one is just normal. I think this happens just because we want to make sure that the other person is content and not awkward in the situation. If you take out your phone with somebody that you know that they might not feel awkward, that they'll just be hanging out. The other person you're not too close with, you want to make sure that there are no awkward hiccups. I don't think anybody likes to feel awkward. I have a friend who uses a smartphone for his work, and when he was working with a guest, that person actually walked away because they thought he was checking Facebook, when in reality, he was ordering something for that person through his device. There is always this negative connotation that if you have your phone in your hand, that you're doing something self-centered. There is no cookie cutter structure of what is and what is not rude. It really depends on the type of people you're with, the number of people you're with, your connection and relationship. What I'm curious as to is, when is it okay to disconnect? Alone time is good. I think because phones are so prevalent in our society, first we always assume that somebody has a phone, and secondly that they always have their phone with them. When is it okay to not respond? Are you a rude person because you want alone time? Some people really live in the moment and they don't want to spend their time on their phone and staring at a screen and talking to somebody digitally when they can really spend that face-to-face time with somebody. The people on the opposite end can perceive that person as rude because they never answer their phone. But on the flip side, if you're texting and staying in contact with people digitally, the situation flips. People might perceive you as rude in person and not paying attention of what's going on. We're so stimulated by so much communication all the time. It seems like you can't hang out with people and be on your phone, but you also can't be completely in solitude because either way, you're perceived as self-centered. And you kind of have to filter through the environment that you're in to see if being on your phone is appropriate for the time or not. All right, guys, I think that's pretty much it for today. If you would like to see what else I wonder about throughout the day, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all of them or none of them at Mary McKangaroo. And just remember, never stop wondering about things. And if you follow me on one of these social networks and I'm in the middle of a conversation, I'm most likely going to hear the ding sound and be like, Oh my god, a new follower. I can pretty much guarantee it. I'll see you later. And you recognize that everybody's already, why can't I say all? When you're in a restaurant, there's conversations versus reading it in the morning. Morning. Wow. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure with all these bloopers, people are gonna be like, Mary, can you speak? And I'm gonna say no, because it usually takes me 5 ever to shoot these because I continuously mess up words like that.